please direct your attention to your listening device for the show that believes there is no such thing as useless sports knowledge. This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast.
Hello, listeners. This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who live the time. Welcome to episode 354, which is the result of multiplying Bill Russell's jersey number of 6 by Jack Lambert's jersey number of 59. I'm your guest host, Sam Cook. Today's game will be pitting the Benchwarmer team of Josh Schneider and Dave Orts against the Benchwarmer team of Markkus and Ede. Josh and Dave, let us know how you're doing and what your team name will be.
Dave?
Go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Look, I'm sorry.
Welcome.
This is an eventful day, an eventful night. It's been an eventful week for me. Yeah, like fifth graders are crazy. I don't know if you know this, guys, but they're insane. And now that we have 32 days left of school for our school session, they have turned up the nitrous and have just decided to go full bore into crazy town, to the point where I got a kid that came up to me yesterday. I was like, "Hey, Mr. Dave," I was like, "Yeah, there's poop on the ceiling in the bathroom," and I had to stop what I was doing and go and go, "Oh, sure enough." And when I called the janitor, Ed, he came by and he was like, "Doesn't even surprise me anymore." So, I mean, he's just like fine too. So it's just stupid. It's stupid out there, folks. All right. Go ahead, Josh.
All right. Well, you say 32, Dave, and can't say 32 without thinking of the NFL draft. That's just to date where we are tonight. And we're sort of watching with one eye and playing with with the rest of our brain, just separating our hemispheres. Sam, that's possible, right? No, I don't know. Anyway, if we lose tonight, we're going to say that we're going to blame the lazy eye if we lose. And so that's our team name. Blame the lazy eye if we lose.
Markkus and Ede, what's going on with you, and what will your team name be?
I'm doing fantastic. This is like
why.
Christmas. This is like Christmas for me. I love the draft. The draft is my favorite thing. I wish every draft was right around the corner. In my spare time, which is not in season, I'm just watching film. So this is amazing. And the Rams just picked a quarterback in the first round because they were definitely a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. Amazing. I feel... Wait, what's the Stevie Janowski? I feel 10 feet tall right now and strong as an ox. Amazing work. Happy to be here, though. And I'll send it on over to Ede.
So...
Hey, yo.
So it's like it's Jerry Jones did a Jerry Jones thing, but then the Rams are like, wait a minute.
Hold my beer.
Right? Like that wasn't enough nonsense. So they're like, yeah, let's take and not even a good quarterback. Like what? It's whatever.
Yeah. What other good quarterback was left at pick 13?
I can't even have like the crappy guy making the bed. Somebody's got to trump that for me. Like I can't even have that. Like my team being the dumb one in the first round. But anyway, I forgot we were recording today, so I was late. But yeah. I interviewed to be a wedding DJ, and that's going well. So I might have a second job, so that's going to be fun. I've never done it before, but why not? Anyway, so our team name today, since we are recording during the NFL draft, and we were not aware that we were going to be recording during the NFL draft, our team name today is Markkus.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. So frustrating.
All right, so we have Blame the Lazy Eye versus It's Frustrating. I am your guest host, Sam Cook. This is my second time joining the bench, and I'm from New Hampshire. I have 3 kids, currently a 5th grader as well. I know all about poop on the ceiling, unfortunately. And I'm knee-deep in AAU basketball right now, so taking a little break to join the bench.
It's better to be knee-deep in AAU basketball than poop, so, you're fine.
All right, so let's get started. Why don't we kick it over to Dan for the rules?
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them to you as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Today's first quarter will be David versus Goliath.
David and Goliath. This quarter will consist of 3 pairs of questions, one easier, David, and the other harder, Goliath. After hearing both questions, each team will pick one of the 2 questions to answer. Each David question is worth 25 points, and each Goliath question is worth 50 points.
All right, question 1 in David versus Goliath. David, in 1995-1996, this NBA team featured 4 future Hall of Famers and finished with 72 wins. Name the team and all 4 future Hall of Famers. Goliath, in the 1990-91 season, this NBA team featured 4 future Hall of Famers and finished with 44 wins. Name that team and all 4 future Hall of Fame players. I will give you a hint that I do mean featured. So these were players that were in like the 8-man rotation, played significant minutes, etc.
We will check it.
All right, so it's frustrating. Checked in. Josh and Dave can talk it out.
Well, the thing that came into my head with the David, clearly the Bulls, right? But I was wondering about the Warriors and when they had, run TMC on that team. Was that right around the 90-91 mark?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And then, but I don't know who the fourth is the question. Is like, was there somebody who was at the end of their career, who was on that Warriors team, like a George Gervin or an Adrian Dantley, or I don't know, like Moses Malone.
What do you have for the 3?
From Mullen, Richmond, and Hardaway. Are they all Hall of Famers? I know Mullen and Richmond are for sure.
I would think so, right?
I do.
I don't know if I can pull it. Like that is, I've said many times the worst thing for me to try to think of is basketball. So I'm fine with going with David.
Yeah, and so our 4 for David on the, what was it, the 95-96 Bulls? Right. It's Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, and Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc in the Hall of Fame? Am I wrong about that?
Everyone's in the Hall of Fame.
Everyone's
And that's fair.
You got anybody better than Tony Kukoc, Dave, for the David?
Just go with the Kukoc because I've got nothing else.
Fine. Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, and Rodman, 95 the Bulls.
All right, and it's frustrating. What do you have?
I immediately thought of early 90s, and who was one of my favorite players was Dominique Wilkins. So that's why I always start if it's not the Bulls, and there was 43 wins, so it was not the Bulls. So we went to the Hawks, and I immediately started thinking, who do they have? They had Doc Rivers, Dominique Wilkins, 99% sure Moses Malone, and Sidney Moncrief. So we're going with the Hawks and those 4.
I need to do some investigating because that is not who I have as the Goliath, but that might be a right answer. Give me a second. This is going to be embarrassing if there's 2 teams in 1991 that only have.
I mean, maybe is one of them not in the Hall? Is Doc not? Doc Rivers is in the Hall of Fame. Maybe not.
I'm looking it up right now. No, Doc Rivers is not. Okay. All right. So the David answer is the Chicago Bulls, and the 4 players who are in the Hall of Fame are Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Tony Kukoc. So that is a correct answer.
Holy hell. Nice pull, Josh.
The Basketball Hall of Fame is not the NBA Hall of Fame. It is the Basketball Hall of Fame, and there are lots of international players who had big international careers and other impacts that way. And the Goliath answer, the team in 1990-1991 that had 4 future Hall of Famers was the Golden State Warriors. So you guys were right on it. Is Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and very similar to the Bulls, the same sort of thing, international player Sarunas Marciulionis.
Oh,
From Lithuania.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's 25 points. David points. You blame the lazy eye, and missing out on points is it's frustrating.
So frustrating.
Did Sarunas Marciulionis, did he get to play in those tie-dye jerseys with Lithuania that were sponsored by Jerry Garcia or something like that?
That's right. He was on that team, the Other Dream Team. So that's a great
Yeah.
documentary. If you haven't seen it, it's called The Other Dream Team, about the Lithuania 1992 team that took the bronze, and the Grateful Dead sponsored them. I did look up the Hawks answer to make sure, because that did seem plausible, and I would have given it to you even though they only had 43 wins. But Doc Rivers, not a Hall of Famer. Question 2 in David versus Goliath. There are 2 current football Hall of Famers who played at least one game for the Houston Texans. David, who is the only player in the Hall of Fame with the designation of being a Houston Texan. Goliath, who is the other player, a former AP Defensive Player of the Year, an 8-time All-Pro who played 7 games for the Texans in 2013 before being waived midseason and ending the year and his career with the Jets.
Oh, I think I got both.
Yeah, I mean, I say we go for it.
I think we're very clear. Yeah, we can check in.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye is checked in. It's frustrating. Talk it out.
2013 Texans. That was what? Probably was it the Arian Foster Texans, right?
Like right around that time, yeah.
So
Schaub.
that's Schaub, Foster.
And obviously the guy who's the answer to David was also on that team.
Defense. Was that like Cushing and
Cushing, D'Amico Ryans.
okay.
Yeah, I'm having a really tough time with this. I don't know why.
Frustrating.
It's in the name.
All of these questions so far have been very. Where did Jesse Tuggle finish?
I don't know. Did Jesse Tuggle win Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
No. Jesse Tuggle?
He was on the Texans for a minute.
No, it can't. No, Jesse Tuggle's not an 8-time All-Pro. No.
He's not?
No.
Ed Reed? Ed Reed.
No, duh. Yeah, he absolutely ended on the Jets. Yeah, yes, that's
Is that who it is?
Yeah, it's
We
100%.
underthought the last one, so let's make sure.
No, this is 100% Ed Reed. He absolutely finished with the Jets, and he played for the
Is
Texans.
that a Goliath type answer?
I mean, the way to get there is, but we've always talked about that. Goliath is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be an obscure name. It can just be a weird way of getting to a big name.
Okay.
Because this is a weird, I just looking at it, I wouldn't have thought about it. But yeah, he played for the Texans and the Jets to end his career.
Is that a check-in?
Yeah, we're checking in with Ed Reed.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye.
We said the same thing though, Ed Reed.
Yeah, just hold my beer, guys. It's literally right before this. I was drinking this Ed Reed goat beer.
Wow.
In my.
Is it more goat or more Ed Reed?
Ooh.
So our David answer is Andre Johnson, and our Goliath answer is Ed Reed. The other Hall of Famer that is associated with the Texans is Tony Baselli, who was the first draft pick of the expansion draft, but never played it down for the Texans.
He was broken.
He also first draft pick for the Jaguars, right? So he was kind of a double expansion guy.
All right, our final question in David versus Goliath. Question 3, David. 8 people have won an NCAA championship, NBA championship, and Olympic gold medal, the basketball Triple Crown. Who is the most recent member of this club, joining it in 2020 after winning his first NBA championship? Goliath. As far as I can tell, there's only one person who has won an NBA championship in 1967, an Olympic gold medal, Tokyo 1964, and a non-NCAA college basketball championship, the 1963 NAIA championship for Pan American College, your host's alma mater.
What?
This power forward was the 4th overall pick in the 1964 draft, and a moderately popular 1990s band is named after him. Who is that player?
We're checking in.
All right, so It's Frustrating has checked in. Josh and Dave, talk it out.
I have no clue.
I mean, what was Pearl Jam's original name was Mookie Blaylock, but I don't think he's way later than this. And I would call that a much more than moderately popular 90s band. I'm trying to take that angle.
Okay, so the David, I think, is actually Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because it would have to be the Lakers because they're 22.
Yeah. So Bucks is 21.
And he won an NCAA championship
Yeah.
at Kentucky, and an Olympic gold. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm inclined to go David here,
All right, let's go with that.
unless you got something on it, because
No, I really don't. That is hard as ever for me to try to pull anything from.
great. So we're going with the unibrow, the brow, Anthony Davis for the David. Checking it
All
out.
right. Blame the lazy eyes checked in. It's frustrating. What do you have?
There's one thing I love. It's random 90s bands. And this recently came up on my Spotify, which is kind of funny. But the band was called Luscious Jackson. Yeah, so that's what we're checking in with.
All right. So the David answer is Anthony Davis, who won an NCAA championship at Kentucky, was a gold medalist in 2016, and then again in the past Olympics, but then completed the Triple Crown with the 2020 Lakers bubble championship. And the Goliath answer is Lucius Luke Jackson, who was an all-star for the 76ers. The one championship the Celtics did not win was the 1967 championship, where Wilt Chamberlain at center and Lucius Jackson at power forward won the championship. Other Triple Crown members are Jordan, Magic, Quinn Buckner, Jerry Lucas, Casey Jones, Bill Russell, and Clyde Lovellette. Also of note, in the 50s and 60s, the NAIA had integrated, and so the 62 to 64 seasons saw players like Luke Jackson, Zelmo Beatty, Willis Reed. They were all either MVP or leading scorers of the NAIA. And they're all top picks in the NBA draft. Obviously, Willis Reed went on to be a NBA MVP as well. The NAIA had a little bit of a head start where before the NCAA started, allowing all the athletes to play. All right, so at the end of the first quarter, we have a score of Blame the Lazy Eye with 100, and It's Frustrating also with 100.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
All right, today's second quarter will be The Missing Link.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. A correct guess to the theme before the 5th question will earn the first team 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess. If neither team has identified the correct theme before the 5th question, both teams can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess.
Question 1. A singeing 29-point performance by this big man in the Elite Eight against Duke helped lead 11 seed NC State to their first men's Final Four since 1983. His on-fire performance earned him Most Outstanding Player of the South region.
We're going to check in.
All right, It's Frustrating has checked in. Blame the Lazy Eye. Talk it out.
I just had to think of it. I had to go through my my dictionary of singeing and fire words. But yeah, that sounds like DJ Burns to me, man.
All right, checking that in.
All right, so Blame the Lazy Eye has checked in with DJ Burns. It's Frustrating. What do you have?
Yeah, it's I wasn't even listening to the wordplay there. I was just like, oh yeah, this is DJ Burns, because who could forget? I would say Zach Randolph light, but that he's not a light man. So anyways, yeah, we also checked in with DJ Burns.
All right, so the answer is DJ Burns. He went undrafted after the tournament and has since played in Korea and Israel. And I'll let you all know that I sent this quiz to Lux. And Lux told me that DJ Burns was too obscure to include in this. He did not, however, say that Lucius Luke Jackson was too obscure. Question 2. This player is 5th among starting quarterbacks on the Dallas Cowboys wins leader list. He is the original Cowboys quarterback known for not being able to get the Cowboys over the hump, losing 3 straight conference championship games to the Eagles, 49ers, and the Washington Redacteds.
All right, we'll check in.
All right, it's frustrating. Has checked in. Blame the lazy eye. Talk it out.
I was just gonna say it can't be pre-Staubach. It's post. That looks right to me there, Josh.
Yeah, because if it's against the Eagles first made the Super Bowl in '80, so that's about the right time the Niners. We're talking the '80s, early '80s, so that's Danny White era.
Yeah, I like that. Let's check it in.
Checking in Danny White.
All right, it's frustrating. What do you got?
Yeah, between Staubach and all that nonsense that went in that nonsense known as Troy Aikman, White Jay-Z, as he's affectionately known. There was somebody you couldn't get them over the hump, and I was like, this has to be Danny White. It's the only name that makes sense. Eid agreed, and yeah, we also checked in Danny White.
So the answer is Danny White. White was 12-4, 12-4, 6-3 in the strike shortened year in those 3 seasons. Then he followed up those 3 conference championship losses with another 12-4 record in 1983, where they lost in the first round of the Rams. So in 1984, he lost his starting job to future Survivor contestant Gary Hogaboom, who my mom would tell me for years should have always been the starter and not Danny White. So our themed link answers thus far are DJ Burns and Danny White. Question 3. While splitting time for the Rangers and Yankees in 2021, this Gold Glove and All-Star outfielder is the most recent player to lead the AL in both strikeouts and walks in the same season.
We can check in.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye is checked in. Kicking it over to It's Frustrating to talk it out.
Okay, 2021 Rangers and Yankees. So who did the Yankees trade for that they thought was gonna help them? Gold Glove. It's throwing me off here.
No position, right? So we're just
There's a position.
Oh no, there is a position.
Oh,
All-star
am I missing it?
outfielder.
no.
Outfielder.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if he was a Gold Glove or All-Star in 2021. Just this is somebody who has won the Gold Glove and has been an All-Star.
Would that be what's his face? Was Gallo an outfielder?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Joey Gallo, but I don't ever remember him winning a Gold Glove. All-Star, sure.
That's like the NBA Hall of Fame though. And
Sure.
I feel like everybody's got a Gold Glove. It's too late for Dunn.
Julio's a Gold Glove finalist every year, and he's not good.
Right?
He takes the worst pass to baseballs I've ever seen. Yeah, Joey Gallo makes sense.
Right?
I mean, who's walking him though is the real question. Like jail for you.
Just put it in there. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's worse Adam Dunn, so you're probably fine. Yeah, sure. Joey Gallo works for me.
All right, that's what we're going with.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye.
That is a 2-time Gold Glove winner. Back-to-back 2020, 2021, Joey Gallo. So we checked in with.
So the correct answer is Joey Gallo. Gallo had an infamously bad stint with the Yankees, batting 160 for them on his way to a 199 overall batting average in 2021. Kyle Schwarber led the National League strikeouts and walks in 2024. So the themed link answers thus far are DJ Burns, Danny White, and Joey Gallo.
Totally unrelated to whatever you guys are doing.
Yep. You're just looking at the draft again. I know. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at how I'm going to lose a bunch of money.
All right, are we ready? Question 4. Question 4 in the missing link. Both Mac Robinson and Ralph Metcalf have the distinction of winning a silver medal while watching this Olympian break each of their Olympic records on his way to a gold in each event.
We'll check in.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye has checked in. It's frustrating. Talk it out.
Oh my gosh, I'm just like I just sent over you Jesse something, and I'm just like, Owen. It's Owen. Jesse
Yeah,
Owens, right?
I was like, are you looking me in the eye and telling me that you don't know Jesse Owens?
I was
I
trying
was
to think of.
offended that you said Jesse something.
I was trying to think of like more recent. I'm like a Jesse currently. I'm like, oh.
It was Jesse Orozco.
I should have known by the other names that he was
old Jesse something.
good old
You know.
Ralph and Mac. Like you should have known
Oh.
right there that they were super old white dudes.
Oh my God! Yeah, yes, Jesse something, aka Jesse Owens.
Oh,
All right, so it's frustrating. It's checking in with Jesse Owens. Blame the lazy eye. What do you have?
I don't know. I'm just going to put it out there. Mac Robinson doesn't sound like a white guy. So
back then, yes. Now maybe not.
I would double check that one for sure. But yeah, we said the same thing. Jesse Owens.
All right, the correct answer is Jesse Owens, and I have some perfect flavor text for you.
Great.
Mac Robinson is the older brother of Jackie Robinson.
Oh, so now
set
what? All right.
and set the 200-meter Olympic record in the semifinals of the 200 meters before Jesse Owens broke it and won in the final. Ralph Metcalf, also a black track runner for the United States, set the 100-meter Olympic then world record in 1932 Olympics when he tied fellow American Eddie Tolan in the final, but settled for silver because of a rule that got changed later. And that rule was that used to be, up through 1932, the racer who completely crossed the line first. So Metcalf reached the line first, but Tolan was closing on him, passed him, and and they both finished at the same time, but they gave the gold to Eddie. Instead of giving them 2 golds, why not give them 2 golds? I don't know. So the theme-linked answers thus far are DJ Burns, Danny White, Joey Gallo, and Jesse Owens. Question 5. This undersized guard from Colorado State set the WAC career basketball points record in 1999, passing Keith Van Horn, a record that still stands today. They had a very successful pro career as a multi-time All-Star playing for New York and San Antonio, and are currently a successful Western Conference head coach.
Sam, we're going to check in.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye is checked in. It's frustrating. Talk it out.
They is interesting to me. This could be just a combined record.
Okay.
And I think Becky Hammon played for the Liberty and the Silver Stars. She is a current successful head coach in the Western Conference of the WNBA for the Aces. So that's why I was having such a hard time, because I was going through every coach in the Western Conference, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. It's not adding up. But I'm fairly positive now that I'm thinking about women that Becky Hammon went to Colorado State. So they can just combine the records and say that's the WAC record.
True.
And it's still true.
Okay. And it goes with the theme. We're good.
Oh, I've totally forgot what quarter. Oh, that makes way more sense.
Because that's why I sent Danny Ainge to you. I'm like, it could be.
Oh, yeah. No, I was like, Danny Ainge went to BYU 100%. Anyways, yeah, okay. We'll check in with Becky Hammon.
All right, so it's frustrating us checked in with Becky Hammon. Blame the Lazy Eye.
It must be because we've had 2 shows in a row with like combined quarter styles, so nobody knows what quarter they're in. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I messed up and I put Michelle Hammond. That's not a real person, but I was sticking with a theme. Yeah, I mean that record is whack, man. What do you got, Dave?
I'm just thinking about Markkus saying he's feeling positive now that he's thinking about women. That was my favorite part from that entire thing.
Checking in with Becky Hammon.
All right, so the correct answer is Becky Hammon. The WAC is rebranding as the United Athletic Conference starting next year, as the last 4 Western teams are leaving the conference and there are no longer any teams west of Texas. So the theme link answers are DJ Burns, Danny White, Joey Gallo, Jesse Owens, and Becky Hammon. I have received correct theme answers from both teams. However, one team did send it in during the 3rd question. So I will kick it over to Blame the Lazy Eye to explain.
All right. Well, we first started with the last names, and we were convinced that we were going with Simpsons characters, and then we could not think of a Simpsons character named White. And then we started to think, are there Kens Byrne and White? And then all of a sudden, for some reason, I was like, maybe I should look at the first names. Oh, DJ and Danny. And that took us straight to Full House.
That is correct. These are Full House characters. We have DJ, who is now married to the Russian Rocket, Danny, Uncle Joey, Uncle Jesse, and Aunt Becky.
So DJ married a Russian version of the dog?
Pavel Bure.
Wasn't the dog named Rocket? Oh, Comet?
Let me correct you. She's not married to Pavel Bure. She's married to his brother, Valery Bure.
Oh, got it. Wrong. Bure. So at the end of the third quarter, we have Blame the Lazy Eye with 300 and It's Frustrating with 250. And that brings us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions, with each question worth 25 points.
For this round, we will be doing a version of the Bomback pre- and post-game ChatGPT movie synopsises. However, this time the 2 answers being matched up will be a TV show and an athlete's name. For example, if I said, this show follows a glamorous, globe-trotting couple who seem to stumble into mystery wherever they go, using charm, wit, and sharp instincts to solve crimes along the way, at the center is a fast-talking, megaphone-wielding manager whose over-the-top style and ringside savvy help them navigate danger, proving that whether hyping a superstar or cracking a case, they always know how to steal the show. That answer would be anyone?
Law and Order SVU.
Jimmy Heart to Heart. And I promise you they're all much easier than that.
Okay, please let them be easier.
That's what I thought it was, but I was
starting with Meadowlark Lemon there, and I'm
I originally had that as Jim Hart, the quarterback of St. Louis, but Lux told me that I should make it Jimmy Hart and that Dave would get it.
What? Lux corrected your example? Oh my God.
From here on out, we've now fired David Lux from checking people's questions.
Yeah. Don't have him vet your questions.
He vetted his example question.
I can't believe that.
It's offensive.
All right, question 1. This show follows the Hall of Fame running back known as the Tyler Rose as he tries to make amends for his rough, bulldozing past, both on and off the field. After a sudden change of heart, he creates a playbook of redemption, tackling one mistake at a time with the same power he used to run over defenses.
We'll check in.
All right, It's Frustrating has checked in. Blame the Lazy Eye, talk it out.
What do you got so far?
The Tyler is that the show Ed? No, what's it called? It's like one guy's name. It's the guy from Clerks. Isn't that him? He has to like make amends to people he sorry. That helped. You're thinking of My Name is Earl. My Name is Earl. Right.
That would lead to Earl Campbell then, right?
Yes.
So okay, yeah, let's check in. My Name is Earl Campbell.
All right, and It's Frustrating?
Yeah, it's once you said the Tyler Rose, I'm like Earl, and there's a finite amount of shows that I know that have Earl in the title. So as soon as you said the Tyler Rose, I kind of figured, and we checked in with My Name is Earl Campbell.
All right, so the answer is My Name is Earl Campbell. My Name is Earl starred Jason Lee, not from Clerks though. He was in Mallrats and a couple of the later ones, but definitely from that franchise. A former pro skateboarder who was inducted into the Skateboarding Hall of Fame in 2019. Question 2. A wholesome, family-centered sitcom about a larger-than-life, sweater-wearing father figure who somehow balances raising a lively household while excelling as both a dominant pitcher and powerful hitter at the highest level of baseball. His double-duty lifestyle leads to humorous chaos, heartfelt lessons, and plenty of moments where parenting and professional greatness hilariously collide.
We could check it.
All right, Blame the Lazy Eye has checked in. It's Frustrating. Talk it out.
I saw sweater wearing, and I went to the wrong show.
Oh, I went immediately to the right show, and I went, uh-oh. So this is The Cosby Show. Hey, Otani. That wasn't that good. That was okay.
It was all right.
That was.
It
I
was
don't
the
know
best
what
you-
that turned into at the end.
It was
I
the
don't know
best
that
you
you
could-
want to have that impression
No, you do.
down these
No,
days.
you do. Because he'll be dead soon. No, he's evil. He'll be alive forever.
Hey, honestly, do you know how often I think that he's dead? Like, I feel like he died a while ago. I mean, he did die.
His one eye is.
And also, Marcus, that was 100% Andrew Dice Clay. Oh,
It had a lot in there. That got
Andrew
weird.
Dice Cosby.
Yeah. Oh God. The
that's
worst.
the worst,
The worst of the worst. Okay,
Oh,
we got to
no.
get out of here. Okay, yeah. So the Cosby Show, Hey Otani, is what we're checking in with.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Playing the lazy eye, what do you have?
Same thing. Cosby Shohei Ohtani.
And that is correct. The Cosby Shohei Ohtani.
I immediately thought Uncle Phil, and I have no idea why I went to Uncle Phil.
Hall of Famer Frank Robinson guest starred on The Cosby Show as a member of Cliff's bowling team, along with Negro League pitcher Joe Black. I always thought it was Brad Pitt's was a strange casting choice in the Joe Black biopic. Also, Bill Cosby, huge.
Meet Joe Black.
Oh, you weren't a fan of
Huge creep.
you weren't a fan of Brad Pitt doing a Jamaican accent? Because it sends me. I don't know why, but I've seen that clip on Instagram like 5 times in the past year. It bugs me. I don't like it.
All right, question 3. A fast-paced hospital drama set in Seattle centers on an ace point guard who trades the hardwood for the operating room, bringing precision, leadership, and clutch decision-making to a team of top-tier surgeons. Known for their ace-level instincts under pressure, they navigate high-stakes cases and complex relationships, proving that whether running an offense or an OR, they always deliver when it matters most.
Okay, we'll check in.
All right, it's frustrating us checked in. Blame the lazy eye, talk it out.
Well, this is on us if we don't remember this because we just did a whole thing a couple episodes ago.
I see it now. I was reading through the question again. Yeah, that works out great.
Chelsea Grey's Anatomy. Is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds a little bit risque, but yeah, we'll keep it above board.
It does.
All right, it's frustrating. What do you have?
Okay, sorry. Refocus. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Kelsey Plum fan first and foremost, and I know who her teammates were in the Aces. So, we also checked in. Yeah, we also checked in with Chelsea Grey's Anatomy.
Yep, and as Josh alluded to, there was a recent episode where you all had to name the all-time leading Aces scorers, like maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago, and Chelsea Gray is one of those. I did try and find a guest appearance by an athlete in Grey's Anatomy, and despite there being 400 plus episodes, I do not believe there's a single athlete guest appearance. However, apparently there was an episode where a hockey player cut off his own finger.
Ah!
Okay, after halftime, the scores have changed, but the difference has not. So we will move on to third quarter, and our third quarter will be everyone's favorite, Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. For this quarter, there will be 3 lists containing 7 items. The team that is trailing coming into the quarter will choose the first list and attempt to identify the items on that list one at a time. If the team has an incorrect guess, the other team can attempt to finish out that list. The other team will select the second list, and whichever team is trailing after the first 2 lists will get the third list. Each item is worth 10 points.
All right, so our 3 Lucky 7 lists will be, and right now we have It's Frustrating trailing, so they will get to pick first. List 1 is the last 7 unique Major League Baseball MVP winners with a primary position of second base. List 2, the 7 players who have won the Hart Memorial Trophy multiple times since 1980. List 3, the last 7 teams the United States men's national team defeated at the FIFA World Cup. All right, it's frustrating. It is your choice.
Yeah, you do it. Do it.
Oh, do we just take the one or do we save it because we know they're not going to touch it?
Well, I don't know that. Dave, much like a lot of people on this podcast, try to act like they're like, oh, I don't know this. And then they like pull stuff out of their ass. So I don't
It's
trust him.
awards, baby. I got awards.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say.
All right,
Yeah,
all right, all
I don't know. It's up to you. You're the brains of this operation. I'm just chilling.
All right, so we need 7. Yeah, we'll do the Hart Trophy. Let's go.
All right, so It's Frustrating has selected list 2, the 7 players who have won the Hart Memorial Trophy multiple times since 1980. Let me know when you're ready.
Can we get a score check, actually, Sam? Yeah,
It
so we
is
know.
375 to 325.
Since 80. All right, we'll check in.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
All right, Ede has checked in without consulting Markkus.
There's no Kraken on this list.
No, there's not.
All right, take it away.
All right, McDavid did it probably most recently. Before that, we're looking at
So Connor McDavid is correct with with 3 Hart Memorial trophies.
I gotta wait for the. Oh, it's all clear before I keep going. I apologize. So there's Crosby did it before that.
Sidney Crosby is correct with 2 Hart Memorial trophies.
Going in order, I feel like Ovechkin's right before him.
Ovechkin is correct with 3 Hart Memorial trophies.
And then you got to go all the way back to Dominik Hasek in the 90s.
Dominik Hasek is correct with 2 Hart Memorial trophies.
Then Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux is correct with 3 Hart Memorial trophies.
He did it into 2 separate teams, but Messier did it.
Mark Messier is correct with 2 Hart Memorial trophies.
And then everybody's favorite brother, Wayne, did it.
And Wayne Gretzky is correct with how many Hart Memorial trophies?
Was he? He finished with 8?
9.
9. Yeah.
9.
Right. So
9 times.
It's Frustrating runs the list. So we can kick it over to Blame the Lazy Eye. You have the choice between the last 7 unique Major League Baseball MVP winners with a primary position of second base, or the last 7 teams the United States men's national team defeated at the FIFA World Cup.
I don't know, Dave. What should we do?
Yeah, I need at least a minute to think of the 7th name.
Okay. Well, we're going with the baseball list.
All right. So Blame the Lazy Eye is going to attempt the last 7 unique MLB MVP winners with a primary position of second base. Let me know when you're ready. Did I do a lucky 7 baseball list that Dave Warts will not immediately know?
Yeah,
All right, we will check in.
All right, whenever you're ready.
All right, we'll start in 2017 with Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve is the most recent second base MVP, the 2017 AL MVP.
Okay, we'll take Dustin Pedroia in 08.
Dustin Pedroia is the second most recent 2008 AL MVP.
2000 for Jeff Kent.
Jeff Kent is the third most recent, the 2000 NL MVP.
94 would be Ryan Sandberg.
Ryan Sandberg is the fourth most recent, not 94, the 1984.
Sorry, that's what I meant to put that. Why did I put 94? Oh, my bad. And then I think we go back to back with Joe Morgan.
Joe Morgan is the fifth most recent, back to back in 75 and 76 NL MVP.
Okay, and then Rod Carew.
Rod Carew, I will double check. I do not believe was a primary second baseman the year that he won the MVP, but I will double check to make sure that I don't have something wrong.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. He was a first baseman.
Rod Carew won the MVP in 1977, and in 1977, I'm scrolling down. Where's my field? In 1977,
he was first base. Yep.
All right, so that is 5 correct. There are 2 available. The 5 that were said, or the 6 that were said, the 5 correct were Jose Altuve, 2017, Dustin Pedroia, 2008, Jeff Kent, 2000, Ryan Sandberg, 1984, Joe Morgan, 1975 and 1976, and those are the 5 most recent. So the other 2 answers are farther back than Joe Morgan. It's frustrating. Take a minute to come up with a couple answers here.
Ede, I feel like both of us, old baseball, not great.
Can we phone a friend?
Yeah. I'm deciding we can phone a friend.
Yes, call Lux.
Yeah, I want to call Lux and go,
His
hey,
college-
who's that guy?
Who was your college roommate?
Yeah.
Lux is in his home country of Luxembourg.
And tell him that he's fired from vetting questions.
Right. I can't think of any super old.
Oh gosh. No. I mean I have names in my head, but I couldn't tell you if they're second baseman, so This is nothing for me. I have nothing.
I have less than that. So
Okay.
I mean, I can name old MVPs, but to have any idea what position they played,
Yeah,
no.
just name an old MVP. That's fine.
Babe Ruth. No, I have no idea. I have
Oh,
no clue.
what the hell? Not Babe Ruth. What
No,
the...
I know. You know what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
God, who's that old A's guy that Lux drones on about?
I have a feeling I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Thank you. God, he's an old A's. Oh, sugar and spice. I don't know.
All right, we'll politely hunt.
Okay. Let me finish this out because I think I feel. We also had Nelly Fox. Is he up there?
Nelly Fox is the sixth most recent, and he is a very old A's guy, by the way. He won it for the White Sox in 1959.
And then I'm thinking then before that, is it Jackie Robinson for the last one?
Jackie Robinson is correct. The seventh most recent, 1949. You could have thrown it. We mentioned him earlier in the show.
Did we?
Throwback.
I thought he was an outfielder. I had no idea what position he played.
And Marcus, are you thinking of a Burt Campaneris or somebody else?
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
All right,
Let's see.
so the scores are Blame the Lazy Eye, 425, and it's frustrating, 395, which means it's frustrating. Gets the final list. The last 7 teams the United States men's national team defeated at the FIFA World Cup. Go ahead and put your list together and let me know when you're ready.
The bubble. The bubble.
Bubble.
Yes.
Bubble.
Explodes.
It explodes.
Okay.
We're not even answering the question.
Just go with whatever. Go with whatever you have.
All right, we'll check in. Ruin. We're gonna treat this question like the Rams treated their first round pick.
All right, so it's frustrating as checking in. Who are the last 7 teams the United States men's national team have defeated?
I want to say the last win they had was against, ironically enough, Iran. Iran.
So Iran is correct. They are the most recent win, a 1-0 win in 2024.
Yes, Christian Pulisic scored that goal. Anyway, then we go back. We go back to the I think it was the 2014.
You don't have to go in order. Go in most confidence. Okay.
No, I have to go in order, so I'm not going to get there. If we go back to that, I believe the only one they tied Portugal. I remember watching that game, and then they lost to Germany. They didn't need to win it, and then they got. Anyway, that one I watched probably the most of any World Cup, and that's when they beat Ghana.
The second most recent win is 2014, a 2-1 win over Ghana.
Okay. And then the time before that was probably 2010. Algeria. Let's go with Algeria.
The third most recent win was the 1-0 death score by Landon Donovan against Algeria in 2010.
Oh, they beat Mexico in like 2002. That I remember.
Fourth most recent win was a 2-0 win over Mexico in 2002, which put the United States in the quarterfinals.
Oh, that year they beat Portugal as well.
Is that a check-in?
Yeah, we'll go with Portugal.
All right. So the fifth most recent win, a 3-2 win over Portugal, where they led 3-0 and almost blew it, but held on against Figo. 2 more.
Just gonna have to go. I think that it might go back way farther than I think, and I know one time they beat England, so let's go with England.
The seventh most recent time they won was a 1-0 win against England in 1950.
Yeah, I knew that was like a historical thing. So
they got them over there.
And there's one left to go.
Oh, geez. Let's go with a random South American country. Let's go with Chile.
Chile is incorrect. The United States men's national team has never defeated Chile. There is one left on the board for Blame the Lazy Eye.
I wonder if they defeated Left Eye or T-Boz.
As a reminder, the answers so far have been Iran 2024, Ghana 2014, Algeria 2010, Mexico 2002, Portugal 2002, blank, and then England 1950.
That was so dumb, but I loved it.
When Andre Rison played on the team. What do we got, Dave? Anything here? I feel like it was somewhere in Central America or something like that in the
Central
early
or South?
90s. Yeah, like early 90s, like Alexi Lawless time period. I don't know. Um, it's not Chile. South. What would be Ecuador?
Just
Just keep shooting
name some.
countries.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just go with it.
Suriname, Venezuela, Colombia, French Guiana, Paraguay, Uruguay.
I'm wearing a Columbia polo. Does that work?
You want to say Colombia?
Why not?
Okay.
I've got nothing better. You go with whatever.
Was it Colombia? Was the whole thing with the Escobars and there was an own goal and all that? I feel like I remember if the U.S. was involved in that. I don't think that was the U.S. But okay, I feel like it's a smaller country. I would go with like a Panama or a Honduras or Costa Rica or Ecuador over any of those. Any of those speak to you?
Nope.
Let's go with Panama. Why not Panama?
All right, Panama is incorrect. The correct answer is, in 1994, the United States, on the backs of an own goal, defeated Colombia 2-1.
Damn
It was an
it.
entire 30 for 30 called the two Escobars all
This is Russ Tyler all over again.
This is for you, Compton hockey.
So the United
Oh.
States men's national team, they have not won much. If we did this list for the women, it would only go back to 2019, where they had 7 wins in that tournament alone.
Dang.
The United States have 2 other wins. They have 9 wins total. The other wins came in 1930 when they advanced to the semifinals and took 3rd place at the 1930 World Cup. 9 wins in almost 100 years of World Cup soccer for the men. After the 3rd quarter, we have a score of Blame the Lazy Eye, 425. It's frustrating, 455. And that brings us to the 4th quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that the teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
The categories for today are as follows. 1 team players, you win with people, margarita time, and championship droughts. 1 team players is in the NBA, you win with people is in the Olympics, margarita time is in baseball, and championship droughts is in sports. It's now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the show called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and interact with the rest of the Benchwarmers community. If you would be able to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, or any other podcast app, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wages are in, on to the questions. Question 1. The 2018 NBA draft featured some of today's biggest stars. However, with Luka Doncic moving to LA and the mid-year trades of Trae Young and Jaren Jackson Jr., there are only 2 players left who are still active and have only played for 1 team, both Eastern Conference teams. The first was a lottery pick for the Clippers before being traded as part of the other major draft day trade. He missed an entire season in 2022-23 and has still never appeared in a playoff game. The second was a second-round pick who was a defensive specialist big man and a rotation player. He lost his starting job at the start of last season when an all-star big man was traded just before the season. His team has made the playoffs the last 4 years. Name both.
Okay, Sam, we can check in.
All right, Blame Lazy Eye is checked in. It's frustrating. Talk it out.
Oh, Miles Bridges is definitely one of them.
The bad people in this game. That's bad guys.
All right. So the second round pick, who's defensive specialist, played rotation and lost his starting job at the start of last season. All-star big man.
All-star
Oh.
big man.
That's Towns went to the Knicks.
Oh, Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah. He's 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down.
yes. So we'll go with Miles Bridges and Mitchell Robinson.
Frustrating is going with Miles Bridges and Mitchell Robinson. What do you have? Blame the lazy eye.
We just said bridges. We wanted to keep all of our doors and bridges open and tunnels and everything. And Dave had the other part.
Yeah, I said Mitchell Robinson too because was thinking of the trades. Those are easier to remember. So yeah, so we checked in with.
All right. So it is Miles Bridges and Mitchell Robinson. So there were 3 big draft day trades that day. The most famous one is the Luka Doncic for Trae Young. Second was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for Miles Bridges. And the last was Mikal Bridges for anybody?
Oh, shoot. It was Phoenix. Oh God, I don't remember.
Zaire Smith.
Yeah.
Smith played a total of 13 NBA games.
Yep.
Sixers.
I forgot to. And what were the wages for the 2 teams? I forgot to ask.
100.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 100 here too.
100 points each. All right, so the scores have changed, but the difference is the same as we move on to question 2. The 1980 U.S. hockey team final roster was 20 players from 6 colleges. The 2 colleges with the most representation were the 1979 NCAA champs and the same Western Collegiate Hockey Association school Herb Brooks coached with, which had 9 players, and the 1978 NCAA champs and Eastern Collegiate Hockey Association team, which had 4 players, including captain Mike Ruzioni and goalkeeper Jim Gregg. Of the remaining 4 colleges, 3 of the colleges also competed in the WCHA, and the 4th competed in the Central Collegiate Hockey Association. Name 3 of the 6 colleges represented.
God. Okay.
We have a collegiate hockey.
Lux let you get away with this one. The other.
And actually, Lux put a comment that said, "This question is very easy if you've seen Miracle."
No,
Okay.
it's not. They mentioned like 2 colleges in Miracle, Dave.
I assume you have this.
I'll get there.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna watch all my dreams get crushed.
I'm going to watch the Bills hate their first round picks. We can't get in trouble with our missing a first round pick if we don't have one.
Oh, good.
All right, we'll check in.
All right, it's frustrating. Has checked in. Blame the lazy eye. Talk it out.
Yeah, like I said to you, Josh, I'm pretty sure there were some Wisconsin guys on that Miracle team. I know you said Michigan and Denver, but I don't think that's
just recency bias. I'm just thinking about the recent Frozen Four championship, but I know that they played in a lot of championships, but just thinking back to that era, who was kind of a dominant teams. I'm thinking about like BU, Boston University for a while. Harvard.
Oh, I like that. I like Boston.
So that's one possibility. I'm just looking at the question again. College competed in the WCHA and Central, so that gives us a little bit of potential geography there. So I'm just thinking of other teams that might be out west to think of, with 3 of them being out west. So if we're going with Boston and Wisconsin,
if it's WCHA, what about Minnesota then?
Oh, that's a pretty good guess too.
Because I mean, Minnesota definitely had some good teams,
right? But there were like 3 campuses in Minnesota that have all won like national hockey championships. So I don't know, but you'd go with Minnesota, like the main campus in St. Paul, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I wasn't trying to go Mankato or anything.
Okay. All right. So do you feel good about Wisconsin, Boston University, and Minnesota?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so Blame Lazy Eye is checking in with Minnesota, Boston University, and Wisconsin. It's frustrating. What do you have?
All right, I'm going to try to make this harder then, because I'm pretty sure those 3 are right. I don't want to use any other schools. So North Dakota, Minnesota Duluth, and was the other guy? Where did he go? He went to Ken Moore, went to Bowling Green. So that's what we'll check in with for 100 points.
All right, so it's frustrating us checking in with North Dakota, Minnesota Duluth, and Bowling Green. So the 1979 NCAA champs and the place where Herb Brooks coached that had 9 of the 20 players is the University of Minnesota. The place that had 4 players, including the 2 most famous players, Mike Ruzioni and Jim Craig, is Boston University. A little know your host there. I work at Boston University. And the other 4 that had far fewer players are Minnesota Duluth, North Dakota, Bowling Green, and Wisconsin. So between the 2 teams, you named all 6 of the players. And how much did you each wager? I keep forgetting to do that.
I said 100, so that's fine. It was in my part. So
We did too. I'm just
All
Bowling Green coming in when we had 2 mentions of Bowling Green in 2 straight episodes is crazy to me.
William Green.
All right. So after the second question, the scores are different, but the difference is the same. Question 3 in the category of Margarita time. Forgot to say the categories of the other ones. All right, Margarita time. Mariano Rivera was the last player to wear number 42 as his Major League Baseball uniform number. Who was the last starting pitcher to wear number 42? He is a former 20-game winner for the Astros, who donned 42 for both Houston and Detroit from 1997 through 2002, before being denied the use of 42 in subsequent stops for the Royals and Dodgers. In his final stop with the Mets, controversy was stirred when he was assigned 42 and wore it in a spring training game before the league soured on the request, saying, "Now is not the time," and forcing a change.
Let's check in.
All right, Blaine Lazy Eye has checked in. It's frustrating. Talk it out.
anytime I think of 42, it just goes to Mo Vaughn. How many games has he pitched? Not enough.
Mo Vaughn was the last fielder to wear.
This is a nightmare.
Did they do it? Did they do what you thought they were going to do?
Did what everybody thought they were going to do. They did exactly what the mocks thought they were going to do.
Marcus, just think Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson.
We needed a running back, Marcus. Come on.
You do not. Not in the first round. They want a bad first round running back. I'm pretty sure Clyde Edwards-Helaire is available. All right, pitchers to wear 42. What number did Jose Lima wear? Any idea?
I know he pitched for Houston. Did
Right.
Jose Lima win 20 games?
I know he pitched for the Mets for a minute. That's my only in on this question is he pitched for
I mean, that
Houston and he pitched
sounds
for the
right.
Mets. So
Sure.
I don't know about the Dodgers or Royals. So I don't know. We'll check in with Jose Lima for 100.
It's frustrating. It's checked in with Jose Lima. Lame the Lazy Eye. What do you have?
Oh, Jose Lima, also a terrible individual. Oh, super bad. Remember that 04 lawsuit? Anyone? Oh, okay. Feel free to look that up if you want to have some fun. Yeah, we checked in with Jose Lima for 100 points.
So the correct answer is Jose Lima, aka Lima Time. Lima started his career with Detroit, wearing number 32, before switching to 42 with the Astros just a couple months before the number was retired league-wide. He would keep 42 in his second stint with the Tigers before the Royals denied his request for the number in 2003. In his final year with the Mets, he started 4 games. He went 0-4 with a 9.87 ERA. So both teams got that right. They both raised it 100. I forgot to ask again, but they told me in the chat. 100 points all around. So going into our final question, we have Blaine the Lazy Eye with 725, and It's Frustrating with 755. Our final question of the game, question 4 in the fourth quarter. In the category championship droughts, among states with at least one active professional sports team in the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, or MLS, only one state has 0 titles in any of those leagues now that Oklahoma has been taken off the list with last year's NBA championship. what state?
Good God.
We will check in, Sam.
All right. The final check into the game is blame the lazy eye. It's frustrating. Talk it out.
I think the key here is going to be knowing the MLS teams that have won. So
Doesn't Charlotte have a team now?
Charlotte?
Yeah, do they have a team now?
Yeah, but they've won the Hurricanes have won a championship, so that takes North Carolina out of it.
Okay.
I went to Portland immediately, but the Timbers have won an MLS championship. Iowa doesn't have a team of any kind, right?
No.
I'm trying to go up the coast. Virginia. Gosh, it's going to be so obvious once I think of it.
There's supposed to be a timer, Sam. Just
Alabama, Alaska,
Ohio's got
Arizona.
one. What about Ohio?
Cavs.
Oh, shoot. Forgot about them. Yep.
I thought about them pretty early, but yeah, they have a.
Pennsylvania has one. West Virginia doesn't have anything. Tennessee?
What about Arizona? Oh, wait, they don't have an NHL team anymore.
No, but they don't need one. They have to have it.
Yeah.
They have one.
Yeah.
But the Diamondbacks won.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What did I even just say? I can't remember this state. Tennessee.
Predators, no.
Nope.
They do have an NHL, or they do have an MLS team. Titans definitely haven't. Memphis definitely hasn't. Wait,
Baseball team?
what about a baseball team?
No, they don't have one.
Oh, with at least one active.
Yeah, they just need one active. And
if they just need one active, I was trying to think of teams that had all of them. Yeah.
So Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check in with Tennessee for 100 points.
All right, and blame the lazy eye. What do you have?
I called it a dump because it's true. Yeah, they don't have Jack Diddley squat, and both Josh and I were quite confident about that. So we checked in with Tennessee for 100 points.
following the LeBron James, dumping on Memphis.
So both teams did wager 100 points, and the correct answer is Tennessee. So the Tennessee has the Memphis Grizzlies, the Tennessee Titans, Nashville SC, and the Nashville Predators, none of which have won a professional sports title, and they do not have any historic teams that have either. Utah, Kansas, and Nevada all have professional sports championships in their history, with Real Salt Lake, Sporting Kansas City, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Among teams without an active franchise, Rhode Island has one as well, with the Providence Steamroller and the 1928 NFL title. Connecticut does join Tennessee among 0 title states with active teams if we include the WNBA. Kentucky also joins if we include the NWSL, as they have an NWSL team.
But at least they have the Heisman Trophy runner-up, right? They were trying to tell us all that was important.
I will say the Colonels did win an ABA
They
championship.
did win. You are right. They did win an ABA championship. The Colonels did win that. So maybe we shouldn't. We're not going to discount the Kentucky Colonels. All right. So this game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. Blame the lazy eye with a very impressive 825 points. They answered every question correct, although had to settle on a couple David questions. And our winners is It's Frustrating with 855 points. So our clipboard captains of the game are receiving the coveted Cody Carlson Award.
A good name. Haven't used him yet.
I don't know how to wrap this up. How do I wrap
There's always that awkward silence after the game's over. So yeah.
Well,
you could.
Today was a nightmare.
There we go.
I hated every part of it. None of it was good. Except for playing this game. This game was the best part of my day, which I appreciate.
For
Because
sure.
everything else was.
We did not answer every question correctly, by the way. We thank you for the plaudit, but we did not get our full 7 list for the MLB players or the World Cup ones. But hey, Sam, thank you for coming on. And this is only your second episode on, and you hosted and did amazingly. And
This is a fun game.
drove, from one of these states to another that won some championships to one that hasn't had. So maybe that was part of what was in your
One
mind.
that beat Boston University.
Exactly. The one that beat Boston University. So thank you. And to all of our patrons and supporters and listeners, if you want to come on and host a game, be happy to work with one of our bench warmers, not David Lux, and we will help to go over your questions and make sure they're ready for the air. Okay. Anyway, anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah, no, actually, I do want to say 2 things. So on a recent episode of Throwback Trivia Takedown, I was eliminated. So
Dethroned.
Dethroned. That's fine. But I did mention that I'm actually raising money for a charity. I'm not plugging that right now, but I do want to thank 3 people. Keith, I forget his last name, but the gentleman I played in the first round of the tournament, he donated kindly to it. Adam Spees, thank you very much. Keith, thank you very much. And one very, very prominent person to this podcast, Mr. Mark Grenier, thank you to him as well. So,
New Hampshire legend.
yes, and legend in Buffalo. He's a legend in Buffalo now too. So there you go. Mark, you come to Buffalo, I'll get you some wings. Same thing with Adam and Keith
And a
What
Logan
about Sam?
Berry. You need
and a
that too.
Logan Berry. Sam?
Am I not invited to Buffalo?
No, everyone's always invited.
Okay.
You don't have to give me a reason to eat chicken wings. Like you just show up at my house. You want wings? Yeah. Yes,
Jerry
always
Jones
yes.
invited.
If he's buying, yes, I will.
All right.
So that's it. So do you have the?
Are you
Sam,
ready to the
Sign
outro?
off. Go for it. Yeah.
All right, so on behalf of Josh, Marcus, Ed, and Dave, we'd like to say thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
The pitch from Matt Silvano. A drive deep to right field. Down the line. The Mariners win this game 2-1. The dream lives. They're going to the playoffs. The drought is over. Cal Raleigh. Wow. Hey now.
Want more trivia? Follow us at Benchwarmers TP on all social platforms for more sports facts and trivia. That's at Benchwarmers TP.